Right.
In Frisco, if you drive 20 miles in either direction, okay, there's no ghettos. There's no Section 8.
Wow.
They haven't had violent crime out there for like 10 years,
Okay.
except for recently when a couple of dumb niggas shot this boy, went over to his apartment and shot the boy in the next city over.
Oh my
And
God.
the judge, which was a white man, said, we're going to make an example of y'all because we're not having this shit out in Collin County.
Right.
This boy having a knife there, you know what I'm saying? It's like a dude trying to go meet President Trump with a grenade in his pocket.
Okay.
The fuck are you doing?
Right.
Bad
Okay.
intentions. Okay. Now, 10 years ago, there were no black judges. There weren't really any blacks going to the school. Now, if you look at the photos of the varsity basketball team and the varsity track team and the varsity men's basketball team, you're going to see that about half of all those students are black. Half of Austin Metcalf's friends were black. So I don't want to hear no shit about this being racist. I don't give a damn, you know what I'm saying, what color the kid was. You brought a knife to school. He was already under a suspension for bringing that knife to his school. There's no crime. There's no gangs. There's no thugs. This dude is from Baton Rouge, where my cousin, who's in the Army, is from. He told me this guy got kicked out of a ghetto school for being a punk and being a little ass over there. So this is a problem. And I'm going to tell you, unfortunately, brother, he's made it hard for blacks who want to move to affluent areas. We're going to get looked at crazy right now.
That's right. That's right.
I'm already seeing it.
You're already seeing it?
Bruh. Where I live at is a similar suburb to Frisco, not as wealthy. There's no way in hell I could afford to live out there. Like Steve Harvey had a house out there. Shaq has a house out there.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So
Yeah, so you
Frisco,
like-
Texas. That is a legit affluent area.
The houses that like start at about 1.5 million.
Woo! Wow. God
Yeah.
damn.
Me and my dad used to go out there. They got one of the nicest buffets in probably the country. Chinese buffet.
Yes,
They got all kind of luxurious shit. They got a whole display of the terracotta warriors, all that kind of stuff. And me and my dad used to go out there starting like 10 years ago. It took us 5 years to see another black person in that buffet.
Damn.
Just to give you an idea of that area. So what this little fool did, and bro, I'm like you. I come from a real rough background. I've been a bouncer and security off and on for over like 20-something years. Had my security company. I was in the streets. I used to mentor black and Hispanic youth at the George Foreman Youth Center down in Houston.
Okay.
So I done put my time in, trying to help out on both sides of the fence. But bruh, what this dude did right here is just showing how stupid niggas are and these dumb bitches that support them. And these dudes that are supporting them, these pro-black simps, they ain't nothing but a bunch of coochie beggars.
Woo! Tell him, man. Tell him, bruh. And here's the thing. Here's something else, King Groove, that I would add. Him being released on bond, and if he is acquitted, it is, and I'll talk about this later, what this does is this almost sets a legal precedent. If you are a black kid and you commit a crime against a white person, you know that the nigga community is going to get behind you. You know they're absolutely going to get behind you, and they're going to do their level best to raise all the funds. They haven't even accessed the funds yet at this point. They haven't even accessed the funds yet at this point, and the kid is already out of jail. So now black kids are going to think to themselves, you know what? There's somebody at school that I got a bone to pick with. They'll bring a weapon, a gun, a knife, whatever the case may be. They'll shoot or stab a kid, and then just like Karmelo Anthony say, all right, it was self-defense, blah 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 blah. And then now, regardless of whatever happens there, happens. If they release him, they release him. If they don't, they don't. But the point is another kid is dead, right? And so what this does is this essentially lets black students know that if they commit a crime against a white student, if they make it public enough, if they make it racially charged, whatever the case may be, that they too can go home until their trial. And dude, don't get me started on what happens if he's actually acquitted.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I smell, like somebody in the comments said something about George Soros. I believe there's got to be something slick going on. I ain't gonna lie, because she has to be the only black. I was gonna say a certain type of woman, but we'll leave that for Rumble. You already know. I've been rocking with you for over 10 years, bro. So we know.
Wow. Yeah, we definitely know, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, back when you and me were about 30 pounds lighter. You feel me?
Real shit.
Straight
Real shit.
Straight up. No, but for real though, like I'm looking at the situation, bro. I'm shocked at how dumb these black folks. If you can, no, these ain't black folks. These are niggas. We black folks. These are hard R niggas.
Yep.
And I'm gonna say this. This is the crazy shit about it. Where the little dude's from, where my cousin still lives at, the one who's a captain in the army, he goes to a ghetto ass barbershop by the neighborhood he grew up. All those dudes in there, a lot of guys like our age and older and shit, they're all like, fuck that little dude. The only blacks, and I want to stress this again, the only pro-black simps that are supporting this little bastard are these suburban Carlton Banks, Steve Urkel motherfuckers.
Wow. It's almost like they're trying to get street cred. I'm gonna support Karmelo Anthony because I want to get my quote unquote black card. I don't want to get my black card revoked, whatever the case may be. I'll give you the last word.
Like you feel, fucking guilty and shit. Cause what is that shit? What's that big suburb starts with a G? Gwenda, whatever it is out there outside of Philly. With all those big castles and shit.
Yeah, I know.
I can't think of the name.
I could have told you, but yeah, they're no. I know exactly. I know the. I know.
You get what I'm. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I know
it's like these bastards went to those schools and grew up in places like that, like Malibu, Beverly Hills and shit like that. The Woodlands, Texas, all these places.
Yes, sir.
Fucking Hartford, Connecticut, and the Hamptons, and now, and I've said it for years. These little bastards have that black guilt. So you got fucking Hillary and Carlton in this motherfucker all upset. And some of them even go forward saying they're glad that the white boy is dead. And I'm like, wait a minute. What happened if that was your kid or your niece or nephew or little brother or sister?
Right.
Like y'all don't understand. Y'all do not understand. When this shit happened, there was an equal amount of black, white, and like Tongan and Samoan kids under that tent for that school.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? They were all telling him, get somewhere. The only way they even realized he was back there is because he was bullying them. He was behind them, and it's on my local news. So if anybody else has a problem with what I'm saying, they can look it up and then suck my dick. So I'm going to put it like this here. It was on the local news. They said he started shouting at them from behind them, saying, F y'all school, y'all a bunch of PUSs, whatever. So they turned around, and that's when the Austin boy said, dude, who are you?
Okay.
And he kept running off with the mouth. So he said, hey, man, get out of here. And you already know what happened from there. Didn't nobody jump him. Wasn't nobody bullying him and shit. I witnessed the same thing at a club a couple years ago. Last time I went to a black strip club, my homeboy was supposed to be performing in there, had a little rap group. They didn't even get to perform. Little skinny black dude that looked like him with fucking long dreadlocks started some shit with a group of Tongans. They beat this motherfucker to death. They beat him with a chair. And he kept running his mouth. They kept trying to tell him, hey, man, this is a birthday party. We're just trying to chill. We don't want no problems. And he kept on. Finally, you know what I'm saying? He got fucked up. So then the black bitch, the Miss Seeley looking broad, started screaming for security. Unfortunately for them, the head of security was the cousin to the dude the Tongan guy whose birthday it was. So he kind of just let it happen. Okay. So when it was all over, after they beat him with the metal chair, he was laying there. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. We got too many niggas in the black community that run their mouth and don't expect to get got. That's all I got to say, bro.
Very nice. Hey,